enchanted by your spell, but leaving no clues. I merely pretend to be amused by a name that only you would call. You as precious as a piece of antique Afro-Cuban jewelry, and you thought you knew me. But if love's a pale, then life is a Creole casserole, laced with emeralds and spiced with rubies. And if music truly be the food of love, let me wear its multicolored griot rhythms as the most sacred ribbons of my holy fool's motley. All you got to do is listen and open up your heart with vision, angel. Diamond by design, my disguise became harder while you, triggering the trap you sprung yourself, you became ensnared as you enraptured, captured by the smoothness and the stillness and the coolness of the warm night air. And that's something special that made you say in your own sweetly unsophisticated yet sadistic way, I just don't care. Trick or treat, do or dare, I'm going to have to go there wherever it may lead. Eyelashes plead, a side designs a snare, silver web spun glistening, clinging lace embroidered dream, transparent sanguine chalice spilt to gild the heart with blood and guilt. Serendipity duped us, and we were misled by our own misdeeds. Angel, God's got women's intuition. Open up your heart and listen. It's all about inner tuition. Angel, all inhibitions free. Empathy grew from our mutual need. Before either of us had time to really take heed, there you were without a care. Dusky English rose composed of metal petals, polished, relaxed, and in full control you settle as you affect the exotic dialect of an Andalusian muse, fashioning speech from musical notes that floated upward from an ocean of soul. You underlined the feeling with an obscure logic, an ancient wisdom that I've forgotten now, as much as you had even then. I recede submerged in the mystery of your imagination, ood at my side, quill in my hand, parchment on my knee, trying to bridge an affinity to your pre-minstrel asymmetry. But you cannot see me clearly. I'm allowing you to question me openly and freely, but you still cannot see me clearly. And the sounds you make can only be described as, well, give me a word. Angel.
That's our music, so if you like it, it's holler. It's nothing. Peace.
Work is gone. Work is gone already. We love the children.
Yeah.
I don't know why you thought I was asleep. Huh? Yeah. Go ahead, King me. Check 'em. Yeah. Let's do it.
144,000 on the ground. Salute the free.
But the blast off, homie.
Hey.
Let's go. Dipping through the astral bell like sauce. On another level, Ella like a rebel renegade. Down my flavor, you can flip it so amazing, man. Yeah. It'll been the building, make them lippin' in vanilla. I moved in millennium, familiar with flipping in the mother loving building. We building full of trippin', son. Look, I got greens, beans, chicken, turkeys, old rats with so much magic. Harry Potter, call me daddy.
Yeah.
God off the grade, all on your face, all on the base, all in the place. Holla man, this command fleet like close the blast door, she about to blast off, man. Close the blast door, she about to blast off, man. Close the blast door, she about to blast off, man.
About to blast off.
Close the blast door, she about to...
Come on.
Yo, many millennia, I've been in my tune, keeping cool on my mom, raw summer solstice, rise, fly, plus thunder. Rain while the sun's out,
Yeah.
They dance for the honk in the gold blue hairdress, rose little juice in my chalice, me the lamp is. Take me a sip for a brother, get the ramping, yo.
Come on, baby.
Really get it pop up for the free peep. How we get busy in the deep, so deep that the underwear can really still worry about what it's gonna be. We got the whole thing on quarantine. Going harder than the mother lover, gon' salute the colors when we come through. Too cool, doing what we do, boo. Yeah, them speakers on the roof. Butter on them brothers, yo. That's a Betty Crocker Figaro. They call me Diamond Sport Angelo. Light work animal. Shine so bright, the dark know not to run up on me, yo. Blast on, but blast on, homie.
Test. Romeo Barron's in the house. Tio Guadalupe, Tom Bear, Jed Riverstone. We're just about to get started here. People are just starting to show up.
The sound music.
This is a 528 hertz heart chakra opener, love frequency. I was guided with a little message. Started writing. Okay, here we go. Spiritual gangster claiming one, dividing self, one complaint at a time. Instead, I'm gonna spew through this little rhyme. Ready? Here we go. Love and light, this is how we fight. Sending out acceptance, change isn't what we do, change is what we are. You wanna be a spiritual gangster? Stop the venom spew. Trump is who we consciously chose. It's who we've got, whether you want to believe it or not. Spiritual gangsta, put your ego aside. Stop whining. Injustice, another illusion, because we are free. Stand with me, us, the one, here to learn how to love all that stand before me. I shall wash your feet. Oneness is the only way we will ever be complete. I'm not judging, brothers and sisters. This is a friendly reminder. Breathe, just be. Allow your heart to lead. You desire change? Change your mind. Feel before your fingers hit the keys. Feel before you speak. Be an example of this love ministry. You sick of hypocrites and posers you claim? Can't be one that makes you just the same. Again, desire change, go silent. Don't speak, send love. Hate is for the weak. Let's take the high road together. We have changed Earth, Gaia forever. Pride in your country, your world, no divide. Pull up your big girl panties, it's time to ride. Soulogy style. Today is a happy day. Praise be to us. Praise Blu-ray. Put love where your mouth is.
How's it going, everybody? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Todd Medina at Mandira down in Kapaa, Kauai, Hawaii. It's our first time here, and we hope to keep doing this over and over again, broadcasting locally and also on the net, on Facebook, YouTube, and wherever they'll let us. Good to see everybody from around the world. We're going to have some Romeo Barron coming in, Amanda Lawrence with a Soulogy meditation, and a few of our friends from around the world. So we'll be here for the next 2 hours. And why are we here? We're here because of her, the Great Mother. We're all coming home now. We're all coming down to the I Am Soul. We spent many lives and many incarnations, had past memories, future, parallel, and alternate universes. But it's all coming down to the human hybrid soul. The human is the hero. So don't feel like you're alone anymore, because you're not. Crazy isn't crazy anymore. We're all rising. We're all coming to the point of the whole purpose of our existence. To expand Mother Creation, the outer breath of Mother Universe. To take her to places she's never seen before. We all came into this trip with the same information, the same Akashic knowledge, sacred wisdom from the beginning of time. But the only thing the universe can't give us is what we are and where we're going. So get ready for a little soul revival, Soulogy style. We're going to play music, broadcast expressions from our friends all over the world. People talk about the Christ consciousness grid and many other grids, but the most important grid is the human hybrid soul grid, the one where we all have our hands clasped together all around this world. And the ego of the world cannot hold down even one soul. Each and every one of us is valiant for coming here. We signed up for it. We earned it. We've taken so much on, but now it's time to take control and to create. From the intuitive, the creative, imaginative, courageous, the I Am Soul. Hello, Gayatri Singh, Pauline Kudajar, Eve Alta, Phoenix Nicole Bachenko, Judith Nolan, Delia Flores, Aline from Stavanger, Norway, Tio Guadalupe Sedona, Sherry Gerard, Chris Hall, Julie Devereaux, my friend from Utah, Kamara Ford. We're all part of this energy we call Soulogy. It's just a mirror of the universe where we continue to add frequencies to an ever-expanding vibration. Every story and station, I am soul. How's it going, everybody? It's time to integrate, balance dark and light every day and every night. Just remember, we're all the same. Doesn't matter the color of your skin, where you think you came from. Our pain is proportionate to the experience of our own life. We're all the same thing. And don't forget, we all coming from the same place. Trauma central, true and tried. Life slapped us all in the face. But now we awakening, demonstrating esoteric, mainstream, dark night, sacred spirit screams, killing lies and living dreams. Not what you think, always been what you known. Halo from the hood, homegrown. Activation, stimulation, etheric simulation, meditation, visualization, instant creative manifestation. Faith is revealing. Hell yeah, I'm healing. Fears keep falling. I hear the silent angels calling. Galactic download transmission channelings. Halos highballing. I feel it rising. We got this shift. Get your grace grip. Ego done being stripped. Don't forget, let this mother rip. Air, water, fire, and ice, stone, cold, blue, perpetual cycle. It's on the level, don't think twice. Time to balance, time to ground, time to integrate. Guard your space. Hells to heavens, the holiest place. We're grinding in the grace. Energetic, etheric fields, shadows revealed, repealed. Spirit science, seven sealing. Ark of Covenant, divinity dealing. Tripping, trilling by the millions. Hope ain't healing. I said hope ain't healing. We got the mojo magical. Senses supernatural. Take your hat off to me and you after all we've been through. We are a force, fantastical, mystical, masterful, ancient, alchemical, unifying, untraditional, remembering. Culture conventional, comes conditional, relevational, revolutional. Sacred is the solutional. Soulgasmic super sisters, brothers, can you feel me? Mama, you can heal me. World tried to steal me. Love has revealed you to me. Welcome to Mandira, everybody. Thank you, Adrian, for the opportunity. We're going to do a little Soulogy activation. We don't have it on the screen, so you're going to have to visualize it in your third eye, but that's cool. This is an impromptu, we do a talk show. We've done about 1,100 of them. And this was the end of it. This was all spontaneous. And that's what the Soulogy energy is. Spontaneous, intuitive, creative, imaginative, and courageous.
Matikia tamataya mohaya. E chamatia sakataya matoi. E samatia
Thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight. We got 55 people online. That's the Ascended Master number, isn't it? Got people from all over the world just coming together in a place where everybody's included. We call it Soulogy. It's the voices of the Mother Goddess that's in all of us, that's been suppressed for so long and for so many years and so many lives. But it lives in all of us. And we spend so much time looking at our differences and the things that we compare ourselves to other people. But we're getting past the self-judgment now. And we're starting to take our own inner child into our hearts. And we know everything's all right, all right, all right. There are no differences, there is no separation. And when we take the responsibility to uphold that field of energy, it expands like a contagious virus, and it's taken over this world. Don't lose hope, because hope is really just the space between doubt and faith. The universe is calling for us to go all in. And what do we got to lose? Because nobody has the answers, but we all have a knowing within ourselves. And that's not religion, and that's not spirituality. That is the I Am Soul. And the one thing we have in common, all of us, is the human experience. All the pain, the suffering, the range of emotions, the successes and failures. But we know we're not failures. We know we're valiant souls, and we carry every universal code the multiverses offers. The Mother Earth is a special, beautiful goddess, and we're part of her coming out party. I can think of no other place to be than Kauai, where the Mother's energy runs so deep. And sometimes love doesn't look pretty. But she's true, and she's real, and she's raw. And when you give her your rawness and your authenticity and your honesty and your innocence, she rewards you with a power that's only been reserved for her. And it's now time for all of us to step up. We're always cradled in the arms of the Holy Mother. Let's mix it up a little bit. This one's called Soul Eyes. It goes out to the beautiful divine goddess Morgan Lee.
Chucky Beat.
Shout out to Chucky Beats on YouTube. 500,000 listeners. So what's all this and what's all that? Who is he and where it's at? What is she? Another smokestack, hard soul impact, talking street spirit smack, galactic full track, got the angels at her back. Look at her, what you see? Another mirror into you and me. Can't you see you as you, me as me? What else can we be? But if I take my eyes off you and look at me, now I can see. Supernatural benefactor, illusion detractors, not a factor. We come from the hereafter. We got all natural nature, high vibrational creation in motion. Sex is soul sensational. Mama's love potion. Neo-navigational, intuitive, emotional, irrational, derational. Life's devotion, fantasy factual. New Earth's approaching, multi-dimensional. Cosmic congruence, relove solutional. Come on now, I'll raise this roof with you. Blue cobalt skies, violet purple flame, avians, Arcturians, ancient Akashic, anarchist Andromedan, able-bodied human souls, it's time to get bold. You've been told, you've been shown, we're glory gold, we're halo from the hood, homegrown. Shift happens, veil lifted, life is for the gifted, Mama Universe has shifted.
Chucky Beat.
We're walking each other home, it's the only place we ever known. Heart space, straight soul, what you think ain't what you know. Internal intimacy, masculinity, femininity, divine unions convincing me. So it ain't what in you I see or what you see in me. You see you, I see me. That's the road we walking. Enough of this 3D talking, it's time to go soul stalking. What your frights, what your fears, what you feeling? Another shift is near. Time to ground, time to balance, time to clear. So what's all this and what's all that? Who is he and where it's at? What is she? Another smokestack, hard soul impact, talking street spirit smack, galactic full track, got the angels at her back. Look at her, what you see? Another mirror into you and me. Can't you see you as you, me as me? What else can we be? Take your eyes off me and look at you, take my eyes off you and look at me, now we both can see. Blue cobalt skies, violet purple flame, avians, Arcturians, ancient Akashic, anarchist Andromedan, able-bodied human souls, it's time to get bold. You've been told, you've been shown. Where glory gold, where halo from the hood, homegrown. Shift happens, veil lifted, life is for the gifted. Mama Universe has shifted.
Silky beat.
Here's a little light language rap. I know that might sound a little bit strange, but check this out. I wish we had the video, but that's cool. You can hear the music and get the codes and the vibration. Romeo Barron out of California, our beloved brother. Happy birthday, Kirsty Belleville.
Yunasai, iri hanina, iri kanina, ere grande, janas, dal jamnene, dere sunyana, dal jamne, dal jamdina, al jamde, dere sunyana, nam, dere jamnene te sunyan, hal jam, te jam, ete, sunyan, dal jam, ese, sunyan, dal jam, dele jamnene, dere kandele, dere samdele te sunyandan, al jamdele te sunyan, al jam, ete, sunyan, al jam, ete, Dere suncan nam deli tezarken eli cindan alkan renden Darkan deli candan dersan arkan etul danhan yethan sunyanan Dalikan alkan neti suncandan Alkan neti kandan deli samdere kandere andeli candere suncan nam deli Nantili, diri kandili canan, dari canina, el suyana, al canini, suyana, al canina, delici, tufyana, ashan, yishana, lesoy, nantina, yar canina, yarhan, ishana, nantili, tushana, nantili, shana, darshanina, dete, tufyan, alshan, ete, dushan, nanti, yalikandili, diri suyana, yalshanina, yalshanina, grandianas, wasayanas, grandianas, eyani, yalshanina, Dal sunyana, dal jamneka, dal jamnena, al jamde, del sunyana, nandele jamdele, desu, jamde, arjanete, dere sunyana, nandele jam, eresan, elsan jan, arjanena, aljanene, del sunyana, nandele jante, sunyana, aljan eja, huyana, nandele jante, aljan eja, huiha, dele suyana, aljanehe, dele huyana, el janehe, yal janena, Dere kandele kan suşan ante yalke etu Gel kandele tuşan ante Dere suşanan ar suşana ar şandi Dere suşanan andele kan ele te suşana Ar kandele kinna ar yana Del kamena ar kandena ar şandi Del suşanan ar şandi Ar kandele ya yar şandere Şandal keman dele kenan Dere sanena dele suşanan Dele kanena sundan, arkandele te sundandan, jarikandele te sundandan, Junasai.
All right, run into some technical difficulties, but that's not going to stop us. Let's see. Hang on, we're just going to keep making it up as we go. Let's see. We got 50 people in the house. Hello, everybody down in everywhere, all over the world. Abby, Aline, Angela, Delia, Courtney, Michael. It's good to have a local crowd. We haven't done this in a long time. As you can tell, we're a little bit rusty. Let's see if we can just pull something up. Let's try a little something different. Hello, Will. Linda, it's good to see you. Very good to see you. Thank you for coming. I'm over here shifting post toasties. Just, let's see here. Let's try this one. This is an old soul speak. The way this all kind of happened was I used to write a lot of prose and poetry, and then the universe told me to put it to music. And I used to sit in my studio late at night wondering if I'd ever be able to be with this beautiful woman across the other side of the world. And I would just pour my love and energy into what I was doing and try to align with the universe and impress her. What else to do? Tried it all to thine own self be true. Not staying for what they saying, next spell they selling, trying to bribe and anesthetize the angels of my soul. I've been pride of the tribe, possessed and occupied, devil to my soul. I've been homeless, holy and whole, found divinity in me, found divinity is me, not a sin to be me, I can just be, now I'm free, fearless and free. Forgive me my mother, sister, father, and brother. Forgive me my child, stranger, friend, and lover. See what you see, the past let go of me, it's letting go of you now. This is where we are, not where we're gonna be. Yesterday's song, same old tired day, it's gone. It's what we let it be. Burdens wasted, blessings chased, shadows graced, finally facing death, no last breath, suns and sisters setting like the many suns. No more forgetting, impossible, not possible, but actual, factual, holographic, apocalyptic. There is no antithesis, cosmic synthesis, put parenthesis around the words, I am a soul. Mystical circumstance, no chance, happenstance, nothing catastrophic, cryptic to mystic. Opening eyes, seeing through mysteries. Don't think our history hasn't run crisp at our knees. Trying to hold a lot down in you and me. Dark energy filled the end of our yin-yang universe. It's no disgrace. Been fooled now? We retake this holy place. It lay there just beyond the lies. Time to face anything, anyone keeping us divided. They tried, but they can't hide it. The only Independence Day that means anything is the one that takes place from the spirit, heart, and mind. We are our own salvation, divine demonstration, no matter the station of our lives. Freedom applies to every kind, and just remember, nobody can gain freedom unless all included, all invited. Sacred stride, cadence of a soul calling. Lies, governments, religions all falling. Pick up the pieces, increase the peace of the cool, still waters of the common soul. It's not to believe, it's to see, it's to know. The only Independence Day that means anything is the one that takes place from the spirit, heart, and mind. We're our own salvation, divine demonstration, no matter the station of our lives. Freedom applies to every kind, and just remember, nobody can gain freedom unless all included, all invited. Sacred stride, cadence of a soul calling. Lies, governments, religions all falling. Pick up the pieces, increase the peace of the cool, still waters of the common soul. It's not to believe, it's to see, it's to know. Welcome all our friends from out there in the big virtual reality that we all share in social media. I know we damn it a lot, but you know what? It pulls us all together, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm going to put on a little video here from some of our friends. Let me find one because I don't have anything handy. Let's see. All right. Oh, I got one for you. This is a Soul Speak. Soul Speaks are once we got into this journey, we wrote a lot of poetry. The universe said get some music involved. Started speaking the poetry to music, and then after a dozen or 15 or so these Soul Speaks music videos, I started producing other people, And this one is called Fire, and it's by a friend of mine named Ulrike from Germany. And I met her in a group with about 50 people, and she saw Soul Speak. She says, I want to do one. And I said, well, send me the audio. So she actually freestyled the words that you're going to hear. She sent it to me, and I just put it to music, and she sent me the pictures, and we made a video. It's a beautiful thing. It's called Fire.
Hello, sister. Do you think you know who you are? Do you think you know what you can do? I'm telling you, you don't know a thing about yourself as long as you think you're limited. Why am I telling you? Why am I so fierce at this moment? I'm telling you, I did think I knew who I am. All the time I would be mild and gentle and peaceful and humble being, and it's perfect to be like this. You know what I mean? It is perfect to be all this. And I tell you, I still am. But there's the other part of me, of you, of anybody, of us. Whatever you are practicing all the time, all the years of your life, what you think you're good at, what you should improve, and what you should be perfect in, because you're born with it. I'm telling you, there's much more in each of you. My case, this you feel, you hear now, this fierce energy, this fire, and this pressure. Well, so much pressure because I've held it back all my life. What the hell did I do? I'm exploding, my goodness. You see, maybe it's not your part to learn this one, but I'm telling you, don't rely on that what you think you are. Don't rely on that what people are mirroring you and telling you what you shall do or be. Just find out, just do it. Go on, try yourself, make mistakes, fall and fall and fall again, and get up again. You cannot fail, you cannot do anything wrong. Just do it. Get back your natural energy. Get back your natural being. Your whole natural being. No matter if you're young or old. If you're a man or a woman. No matter which country you've been raised. No matter whatever people told you you are. No matter whatever you thought you will be. Just be serious with yourself. Just be honest with yourself. Feel all the little things that want to come up in you and want to be expressed and lived and felt. Just go. Live it. Be it.
Honestly, I can't believe I signed up to do this for 2 hours. But, you know, I always say that another way of saying I am soul is I'm not afraid to show my ass. And I think there's something that happens to any of us when we get past the point of embarrassment and just get out there and do it, whatever it may be. To run a marathon, I take my head off to you. I had no idea you were in that kind of shape. Big props, brother. Yeah, to all of us, big props to everybody. You know, we all made it here. We all showed up. Everything's turning around now. People from a higher perspective, and that's no type of comparison or anything. But if we really take everything into ourselves, we can see that we can change everything around us. And that's what this is all about. Soulogy is all about self-empowerment, self-responsibility, self-reliance, and not externalizing anything. I need some water really bad, so I'm going to put on this other song by Angie Love, who was one of the artists in the ensemble at SoulogyOneStudios. It's pretty cool. It's called I Die Perfection. It's a drum and bass beat to some white girl rap that's spiritually conscious. Yeah.
Complete darkness swallowed me whole, broken, beaten, can't take anymore. Body abused, alone, crazy, hiding scars, body parts. Rearranged, my child inside, completely gone. I beg for mercy, no more fight. Done, 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 I surrender. Karmic hold slowly releases, I lay still, silent. I can feel, help is on its way this time. I died, I came home, I am reborn. From a golden diamond string, her eyes so kind, her heart whole. She descended from the heavens, reaching, pulling a gift from source. She kisses my mouth, she holds out her hand, I take it. I'm ready to be free from suffering. I am ready to live, I am ready to heal, I am safe, I am love, I am soul, I am. Complete darkness swallowed me whole, broken, beaten, can't take anymore. Body abused, alone, crazy, hiding scars, body parts. Rearranged, my child inside, completely gone. I beg for mercy, no more fight. Done, 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 I surrender. Karmic hold slowly releases, I lay still, silent. I can feel, help is on its way this time. I died, I came home, I am reborn. From a golden diamond string, her eyes so kind, her heart whole. She descended from the heavens, reaching, pulling a gift from source. She kisses my mouth, she holds out her hand, I take it. I'm ready to be free from suffering. I am ready to live, I am ready to heal, I am safe, I am love, I am soul, I am.
So we do this test. Okay. So we do this, our primary broadcast, we do about 70 to 80, I think, shows a month called Soul Speaks 5D. It's a conscious conversation. And we have people from all over the world talk about their experience, what they're going through, and what people call ascension or awakening. Talk about the conversion of the carbon body to the light body. We talk about chakras. We talk about galactic visitation, angelic divine essences. We talk about mermaids. We talk about leprechauns, fairies, and everything else that comprises the universe and comprises us, because we contain it all in ourselves. So it's very interesting. It's very eye-opening. We've done 1,100 episodes of Soul Speaks 5D, and it's quite amazing to hear the different stories of people and to see people, particularly divine feminines who have been doing this work for 15 or 20 years in the solitude of their own life, in their own homes, being ostracized, working the grid, doing transmission, anchoring different energies to the earth, converting this patriarchal system back to equality where the feminine is equal to the masculine. And this stuff's been going on for years. It's mind-blowing. Here's a clip. We don't have the video here, but this is a sister of ours in Sedona by the name of Shekinah Rose, who's been in Sedona for about 10 years, working the land over there, working with the Mother Goddess energy, and just anchoring a lot of galactic and angelic stuff on behalf of humanity, like so many of these people have been doing around the world for so long. It's nothing you'll read about in the alternate news, and it's nothing you'll read about in the mainstream media.
It's interesting because I don't get a lot of news. I don't, have TV, or I don't get a lot of anything. So when things come into my arena, I know to pay attention. And I live in this place called Sedona, and it's a really extraordinary place because I don't get a lot of influences like you probably normally would in any other kind of city, in the United States. I mean, I live on one of the 10 most scenic highways in all of the United States. So when I drive downtown into VOC, it's the scenic highway. It's gorgeous. There are no billboards. There's nothing that influences us here except for the gargantuous beauty. As I look out, I mean, there's, the gargantuous beauty of the red rocks and the green and the formations. It's just like gorgeous. But when things come into my arena, they really affect me. And some things have come into my arena, but it's also an alert to me of where we're at a larger place of unity. Because of what's happening, they want to bring in these cell towers. They want to bring in 5K cell towers now, bandwidth waves that are larger and stronger now, all over the world, and in my community here in Sedona. And it's not good for the being. It's not good for us, okay? Because it's stronger, it's more powerful. It's interesting how the information is coming to me. Also about AI and all this stuff, it's just all of a sudden it's coming to my arena because it's alerting me. It's like, okay. Now I make the technologies too. I have the pendant, the source field connector just came in. Like a day before, I think I was on the show. And that's alerting me though. I'm like, oh, okay. So we're all at a higher bandwidth frequency now. If that's coming in, then so are we. Yeah. We always have the ability to match the frequency. Always. Yeah. Whatever, no matter what it is. Because I always deal with frequency and harmonics and resonancy. And I remember Gaia telling me a long time ago, and she said, whatever discordant frequency exists, there's another one that creates the harmonic resonancy balance. Right. Otherwise, that one could not exist. So that means cancer. Any uncurable exists the cure. Right. Anything. And so when we're faced with a little bit more intensity, then we're just actually getting activated into another higher bandwidth ourselves. Right. So that's what I feel is happening because the crystals have manifested this year from the land, literally manifesting on the land, and I'm the devices, the technologies to strengthen our unity connection and our crystalline grid. So it's really interesting when you see what's happening in the world, and I don't know as much of what's going on in the world unless I'm being told, unless someone comes in and tells me, what's happening. But whatever it is, if it seems intense, then we got the intensity. We're being awakened and our own essence to deal with it. Always. Always.
Whatever it's got, we got the answer.
Absolutely.
So if they come in with the 5D, and they've talked about it, if they do that, I mean, just think about what you explained so perfectly a while ago. All that's going to do is allow us to, we're going to raise our frequency and put a deeper imprint, a faster imprint, a more powerful imprint, and I get the feeling that AI can't keep up. We've tipped the scales now, and it's moving at warp speed. And like you said, we do it from the individual soul, because when we do that, we imprint the entire divine matrix. Divine, what you call it?
Yes.
Yeah, we imprint the whole thing. One person taking that emotion, taking all of that multidimensional human experience and integrating it and putting it into a song or putting it into a video or putting it into a post is imprinting the entire grid, the entire holy grid. And when they do that, the next person can go right through that road and expand it. It's a beautiful contagion.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Joe Delaney says 5D counteracts 5G. Love Shakina and totally agree with all she's saying. This is the kind of programming that's really the primary energy of Soulogy, is two people or more sitting across from each other having a conscious conversation with no bullshit. And in regard to the only rules that apply, the universal law, and that's it. We have very few things in common, but we don't need a lot in common because we're all the same thing. And we've all chosen to come here on this crazy trip. And we've all screamed, hey, beam me up, get me out of here, at one point in our lives or another. And if you're like me, it's happened many, many, many times. But we've come too far to turn back now. This is an old soul speak I wrote a long time ago called The Road Will Always Be Golden. I put it to some music by UGK, a band out of Houston, Texas, where I come from. So it's a mix of the old school Soulogy and the new. The road will still be golden even when your highest faith in something outside of yourself is shattered to pieces. The road will still be golden even if your prophet's words prove altered with lies applied to serve the selfishness of our minds. The road will still be golden if aliens descend from the skies and we discover we are born from their light and their seeds. The road will still be golden if and when the nukes begin to fly and electricity becomes a dying dream and a renewed quest for living arrives. The road will still be golden when science and the stars collide with Jesus and the Anunnaki, and Nibiru meets the third eye. I'm certain of nothing but my own divinity, and that my place is here and now. I am golden, and I am soul, and so are you. We still got another hour and 6 minutes. Holy fucking shift. Excuse my French. But Amir, you better get your ass up here real quick. Bring some mermaid magic. Put up a stool right here. I'll turn it around for you. When Adrian gets back, we're going to do Soul Speaks 5D type conscious conversation with him right here. We're going to talk about what he's doing, who he is, what his path is, what he's experiencing, and give you a little taste locally of what we do every single day, 2, 3, 4, 5 times a day, out of our little beautiful Shangri-La right up the street about a mile. We're also, you can find these shows on YouTube, about the last 500 or 600. It's under SoulogyOneStudios channel. This is the music of Kaiengel, K-A-I-E-N-G-E-L. I found his music one night, as we all can relate to when you're just getting on the internet and you're just following the flow and the energy takes you where you need to go. And I was trying to get the courage up to do my first Soul Speak and produce my first video production, and I didn't know what to do. And so I just searched and I found this guy's music, and he's incredible. And it made me realize how many geniuses, creative geniuses, are all over the world. And that's the beautiful thing about the internet. You can find anything you're looking for in the physical manifestation, as my beautiful, beloved wife says, the highest physical manifestation of the ethers is the internet, where we can actually move energy back and forth, messaging through our expressions, through our words, through our videos. And there's something about this time now where we all need to stand up and both metaphorically, figuratively, literally expand our wings and express ourselves without embarrassment, without shame, without any blame, without any self-judgment. Because every time we do that, other people pick up the ball and they do it for themselves. And I've seen it happen for 8 years at a place called Soulogy. I've often said Soulogy is not a social circle, it's an energy. It's just a reflection of the universe, a small reflection. And I say that with all humility. There are many, many people around this world that make it up, and they bring their stories, their galactic visitations, their problems with their family not accepting them, being displaced in life as they follow their higher self, and it makes no sense to the human, but they keep going. And every day there's a little more light, and every day the neighborhood gets a little bit bigger, and the soul highway expands, and it covers everybody. This is not a fantasy. This is not a fairy tale. This is why we came here. We are incredible, divine human beings, and we've come to expand the outer breadth of Mother Universe. And that's the straight up truth. And even if we don't know anything, how do we know what thoughts we carry forward aren't exactly what occurs in this universe and in our own lives? I'm very grateful to be here tonight. This was all done on a whim. I typically do stuff like that spontaneously, intuitively, creatively, imaginatively, and I'm going to say it courageously because it takes it takes a little bit of guts to do some of this stuff, but we're all doing it. We're all doing it. And I think that's what we need to remember. We all share the same soul. You ready for the interview, bro? All right. You want to pull up a chair? That one? Oh, you want to stand? We can point it down a little bit. All right, we got a special treat for you. We're going to do our first, this is our first after 1100 Soul Speaks 5Ds, our first. We've done some where the person was sitting next to me, these conscious conversations, but we've never done one live. So we're breaking the mold tonight at Mandira. You people out there in the virtual world that we're sharing with you tonight, if you get a chance to come to Kauai, Hawaii, if you're in Kauai, if you're in the Hawaiian Islands, if you're anywhere in this neck of the woods, if you're on the West Coast, you better come over a little bit, yeah. You got to come to Mandira. This is a story in itself. So this is, we're just going to jump into the program like we would normally do it. I will skip the hellos to everybody, and I'll say, welcome to Soul Speaks 5D. This is Todd Medina from the SoulogyOne Network. We're here adding frequencies to an ever-expanding vibration, trying to be a true mirror to the universe and gift it what it's gifted us. And we're very, very honored to have Adrian here with us tonight. He is the proprietor. He's the proprietor at Mandira. And We're going to talk a little bit about it. He doesn't have any idea who I am or what we do, not that it matters, or what we're going to talk about. I just told him, let's just talk about what you do, what your mission is, what your purpose is here, and what your story is, and what's happening, real-time intel out there on the front line of the apocalypse. So welcome, Adrian. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you on behalf of Soulogy.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, you know, I would let's just start this with what Mandira really is. And to me, we are a community creative arts movement studio. And so the word Mandira is an ancient Sanskrit word. It means temple, sanctuary, or dwelling place of God within. And so that's what we're really creating here, is a place for people to feel safe and to be in an expansion of consciousness, and using music, frequency, vibration, and just a really open, safe container to create that. So it feels really good to be here and to be broadcasting this and speaking that message to the world today. So thanks, Todd.
Right on, yeah. Right on. So let me ask you, you've been here, you were born in London, you told me. You left at an early age, and you came to Kauai at 9, was that right?
Yeah, I came out with my family. They were kind of just ready for something different and had come and visited Kauai several times and were ready for something new. So they got on a plane and we came out here. And I was 9 years old and been enjoying Kauai and the magic of what it is, and really immersing in the lifestyle and what that means here. So.
Right on. So there's a lot of people, me included, who come here. I've been here since October 28th of last year. And the Mother Goddess energy, the Mother Island energy, the Mother Earth energy seems to be very, very profound here. Do you have any perspective on that? Can you relate to that?
I can definitely relate to that. You know, it's a powerful, what they call mana here, and the mana is that energy. And so those that are tuned into that frequency can really pick it up clearly as this island just resonates what that is. It's definitely a feeling that maybe you're called here in that frequency, that same kind of vibration that is sending out. And what I believe, Todd, is that because we're in the middle of the Pacific, there's really no landmass around us. So the ripples that we create here just kind of echo out, and they're felt throughout the world.
Yeah, and it's almost like a field of protection too, with all that water around you. I know when I go down to the beach, it's very powerful, and you can feel the mother energy. And it's a very, very serious energy. I mean, it loves you very deeply, but you get out there in the water and you talk to her a little bit, and next thing you know, she slams you into the bottom of the sea and busts your head wide open. Yeah. That's happened to me. That's a true story. So now, how long has Mandira been open?
So we opened in February 2nd. It was my mama's birthday. We got blessed up with an international DJ coming through, and that was really the start to the whole vision of what we want to create here. It's this hub where we're inviting international artists from all walks of life, from music to dance to basically presenters that have something to share, and creating that hub here in Kauai for them to do that. And the idea really is healing the healers. Yeah. So we want people to come here, experience exactly what you felt, that magic, and then to have a space to present from there.
Yeah, and everybody gets a voice. I love that. I love that vision. I can totally relate to that. Now, so you've been here since February, and I know there's been a lot of people, because I've seen on Facebook, there's a lot of activity, there's a lot of people involved, there's a lot of different shows, different types of shows. There's yoga, there's static dance, and just different things I've seen. What are the people like? What's the energy like here? I mean, there's not a place like this on the island. And I also noticed after 3 or 4 months when I was here, everything closes early. And one night I came across this place, and y'all were having an ecstatic dance. So there's a very chill crowd, it seems, and there's a wide range of ages and ethnicities and that type of thing. Can you tell me a little bit about what the crowd's like?
You know, we really try to keep it open as a diverse network. So we're getting all the visitors that are coming, and they're from all over the world, but it's also providing something to the local tribe that hasn't been here on Kauai before, like you just mentioned. We're seeing a whole cross-cultural kind of melting hub that's being created here, and it's being through all of what's offered. Mostly we see it through dance. That's where most of the connection is coming through, in dance and that frequency. Yeah, it's it's a big mix. It really is.
So, and I'm just curious, it's like, what kind of response have you got locally? Because it seems to be like a sleepy little place, and that's great because that's cool. Very chill Kapaa. Mm-hmm. But have you had support? Have you had any interaction with the locals?
Yeah, absolutely. Our most frequented event is probably our ecstatic dance. Every Wednesday night that happens, and from day one, right, as soon as we opened, we've had at least 40 people, and we've had up to 80 people that's in here, and that's been every Wednesday right from the get-go. So that's really been the feedback that I've been getting from a lot of the community, is that they've been waiting for a place like this, and now it's finally here. And growing up here, that was part of the vision of why I wanted to create this, because I knew it wasn't here. Right. And we really see it as a bigger stepping stone. It's almost like we're creating a prototype here that we want to spread throughout the entire planet, these ideas coming together. Yeah.
So and even here, like a template. Like this is the template, and the way the universe works, when you align like that, sometimes something bigger comes around, when you least expect it, like a surprise. So, and I think too, here, a big thing at Soulogy is collaboration and co-creation, and there seems to be a lot of that going on here. You guys do a lot of different events. You probably do 15 events a week?
Yeah, we try to offer something at least every day, but it really is that tribe mentality. It's these presenters of all kinds of different multifaceted things that are coming in and offering their support. And also just members of the community that are showing up on my team that are here, that are offering their support. And it's all from that feedback of wanting to come back together in connectedness. Right, to be in tribe rather than this lone wolf mentality that we've been kind of in for a while.
So you see a lot of stuff on social media, in regard to some of the subjects that I talk about and the people on the shows talk about, which could be everything from Nibiru to secret space to ancient civilizations to, all the different stuff that goes on, angelic, galactic, divine essences, stories, past lives, future lives, and all this stuff. Has there always been a knowing? In terms of what you came here, you had a vision. You're talking about this template that you would expand around the world. Do you see others doing this? Are you seeing an expansion, an expanded awareness in the communities you're involved with, whether it be locally or online? Are you seeing people changing, being more open, that type of thing?
Yeah, definitely. It's been a vision that I've held for a long time, and it really goes along with kind of the 100th monkey theory. 10 years ago, not many of us were talking this way. We weren't involved in that way. We weren't creating community hubs like this. Probably wouldn't have gotten as much support. And now we kind of see that expanding, and we're at that brink, which is exciting. We could be at the 99th monkey right now. Yeah. So by creating these hubs, we're expanding that and creating a way to where we could hit the 100th monkey. And all of a sudden, human consciousness is on a different level.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. So you get a lot of people coming from off island that come here? Do they come here, or is it mostly local people?
We do, yeah. They find it through Facebook and Eventbrite, the different posters and flyers that we're posting up there. But a lot of from the hostels and from different ways looking for the dance, looking for ecstatic dance. Yeah. That's where most of our.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, when I came, there must have been about 50 people here, and it was super cool. Very cool people. Met a lot of cool people here. I really did. So do you have any type of big events planned or anything like that? Do you see anything like that down the road where you have a 1 or 2 day, expo or festival type thing?
You know, those are on the horizon. We're always working towards those. I've been an event producer for most of my performing life, the last 15 years. We do have a couple things that we're keeping in the bags, but for right now, we are really calling that invitation out to any international artists that want to come and join us here on Kauai. We have Ye Manjo, who's joining us, Ben Harris. He's very popular in electronic dance musician, and he's coming out on the 22nd, cacao ceremony that's going to be happening here along with that. And just really kind of opening up that invitation for anyone that wants to be out here.
Yeah. Right on. So have you had, you've been here since you were 9, have you had any experiences with like the nature spirits or spirits in general that are affiliated with the island, with Kauai?
Yeah, that's a really powerful part of why I do what I do. I was a Nepali guide for a long time, so I was out there kayaking on the ocean, and just immersed in it here. I've touched in a lot of those elements, and that's something that we're trying to pull in as part of our mission too, is basically honoring all the different sacred elements that are felt here that are part of making up the planetary vibration. And so it's something that you feel here, you know, it's definitely present. Yeah, there are a lot of mystic, magical energies too, and a lot of instant manifestations, and it's a palpable feeling. Even people that aren't really that tuned in, you can take them out there to certain places of Kauai, and they're like, wow, this place feels really special. Yeah. You know, so yeah, it's a great place to be.
Yeah. And what about any type of galactic connection? Have you been privy to any galactic connection out here, seen anything?
There's definitely been some moments where I've been out on the west side. It's there. It's definitely there. There's times where you're out there and you have no other doubt then there can be lots of other beings in this multiple galaxies that are there.
Dragons, for sure. I don't know where they fall in. So, all right. So now, just a couple last questions. So, like, you know, you've been here for a long time, which is incredible. What a blessing. Obviously, you were meant to be here. Out in the rest of the world, on the other side of all this water, there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm sure you can't really miss it if you're on social media. Where do you think we're at today? Where do you think this collective is at today? I mean, just in a nutshell, in terms of whatever, you know, just from your experience.
You know, it's an exciting time. I do think that it's a much more wide open conversation. I think a lot more people are aware, but at the same time, it's like you said, I have been pretty isolated in this bubble here, and I choose to not really know about what's going on out there. And Kauai is such a magical place where even though it is all over social media, I'm not really that privy to it. My main focus has been on just staying targeted on creating that super high vibe, putting that out there. I see that it's there, but I also see that as why we need more leaders like this that are putting that into that. And I really just try to blank it out of my consciousness altogether. You know, it would be overwhelming.
Yeah, good answer. But I think more people are waking up, and I think you're saying the same thing, whether it's here or anywhere else in the world. I mean, people are waking up around the world. The more we talk about it, the more it happens. The more we do what you're doing, and just put our own creative expressions out there and collaborations, the more it happens, the bigger it gets, and the wave's getting big. I don't know if it's as big as some of the ones I've seen out there. It pretty much handed me my ass. But all right, so you got anything coming up anytime soon you want to announce, or anything you want to talk about before we conclude this part of it?
Yeah, just an absolute open-hearted invitation that if you're on Kauai, come and experience what Mandira is, that temple, that inner sanctuary, that dwelling place of God within. And if you're somewhere else around the world watching this, we invite you to come and join us here on this magical rock and experience what Mandira is yourself. We're starting to launch on a new Mandira Retreats program where we're going to be hosting you out here in beautiful paradise and getting to showcase your talents and what you can give back to the world right from here. So mahalo keokua, super grateful. Thank you, Todd. It's been a blast.
Right on, brother.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. All right. Here's a friend from Liverpool, England, Eugene Samuel Lang.
God has women's intuition. Open up your heart and listen. It's all about inner tuition, angel. God has women's intuition. Open up your heart and listen. It's all about inner tuition, angel. Party. Someone let the cake out in the rain, but it rains roses. Red, white, yellow, orange, and pink. Paper like petals floated in the evening breeze, so nobody noticed. So it didn't really matter amidst the language of life, love, and laughter, and happy ever after. Nevertheless, the avenged time stood looking over my right-hand shoulder, talking to me about heroic third participant. Me. Well, I just listened, looked, acted like I understood. Whatever sense I'd have made of it at that instant, at that moment in time, would have done me equally as good. I sat lost in thought, composing an ode to a transcendent saxophone. My memory dressed for the part in an African tie-dye suit, the colors of my old school tie, call it night sky. Had a purple velvet bow tie, and then like, hey, call me, Mr. Nice Guy, me. You wore a black dress and a blue aura as you sat sedately cross-legged at the center of my mind's eye. A jive sambalet fly, a rare Yusuf Lateef flute solo. You swung bolo, around your feet yapped a little mutt called Toto. And I watched from an upstairs classroom window, Liverpool Collegiate, believe it or leave it, lattice work triptych, lead line diamond glass, navy blue stars in the sky, night class, mirror from the depths of the past, vous mon cher, mais oui, voyeur at the bottom of the sea. Well, you did ask, time flies fast, but why me the mind borrows, while you merely bask, your bewilderment buried like some long-forgotten dream, along with another blues-based graveyard scene, and a picture stolen from another talk-stuff college scenario, like a vision in stereo, and all I could say was, yeah, you know, open up your heart and listen, angel. You sang an aria accompanied by the photograph of a cello. United powers met and the air was mellow. Was you no regret rien? But then again, that was then. But never again, never against my better judgment. For I lost my reputation for good taste. Or was it merely just my taste for good reputation? Graveyard scene in New Orleans, inscribed in the language of a visual battle card, I faded and reappeared wearing a sequined harlequin's mask, varying hues just in time for the masked ball. Enchanted by your spell, but leaving no clues, I merely pretend to be amused by a name that only you would call. You was precious as a piece of antique Afro-Cuban jewelry, and you thought you knew me. But if love's a pearl and life is a Creole casserole, laced with emeralds and spiced with rubies, and if music truly be the food of love, let me wear its multicolored griot rhythms as the most sacred ribbons of my holy fool's motley. All you got to do is listen and open up your heart with vision, angel. Diamond by design, my disguise became harder while you, triggering the trap you sprung yourself, you became ensnared as you enraptured, captured by the smoothness and the stillness and the coolness of the warm night air. And that's something special that made you say in your own sweetly unsophisticated yet sadistic way, I just don't care. Trick or treat, do or dare, I'm going to have to go there wherever it may lead. Eyelashes plead, a side designs a snare, silver web spun glistening, clinging lace embroidered dream, transparent sanguine chalice spilt to gild the heart with blood and guilt. Serendipity duped us, and we were misled by our own misdeeds. Angel, God's got women's intuition. Open up your heart and listen. It's all about intuition. Angel, all inhibitions free. Empathy grew from our mutual need, and before either of us had time to really take heed, there you were without a care. Dusky English rose composed of metal petals, polished, relaxed, and in full control you settle, as you affect the exotic dialect of an Andalusian muse, fashioning speech from musical notes that floated upward from an ocean of soul. You underlined the feeling with an obscure logic, an ancient wisdom that I've forgotten now, as much as you had even then. I recede submerged in the mystery of your imagination, ood at my side, quill in my hand, parchment on my knee, trying to bridge an affinity to your pre-minstrel asymmetry. But you cannot see me clearly. I'm allowing you to question me openly and freely, but you still cannot see me clearly. And the sounds you make can only be described as, well, give me a word. Angel.
Okay. Test. Oh, hang on. Test. Let's just get rid of this. Put this on. Put this down a little bit. Okay, we got a special treat. We have a mermaid in the house. She's been on Soul Speaks 5D about 3 or 4 times. This is one of her shirts, wisdomwear.org. Wisdomwear.org. She gave me a beanie tonight. She's got all these magnificent shirts made out of bamboo with micronized.
Crystal-infused sacred geometry clothing.
Crystal-infused sacred geometry clothing.
Thank you for representing.
Well, I'm going to wear the beanie in a little bit when I get down. No. All right, you ready?
Wait, I want to say something first.
Okay. All right.
Hi. What you can't see, all of you in Facebook land, is the millions of people who have gathered in front of me. The crowd. There's thousands of people in front of me right now. I feel like a rock star in a stadium. And I need to give a shout out to Shelby and Adrian for a beautiful, beautiful space on Kauai that we all get together and bring our talent or lack thereof and just enjoy each other. Like Mandira is a really beautiful, beautiful space. Kauai needs this space. So if you live here on the island, I'm going to give you a quick commercial. Bring your parties, bring your weddings, bring your receptions, bring your people here. It's a wonderful place to hold an event, just magical. Did you give a tour? Like, did you video a tour of what I'm looking at, which is so amazing?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I could turn
I wonder how we do that.
Well, I could turn it around.
Okay, yeah, do that. Thousands and thousands of people gathered here at the beautiful Mandira on Kauai. And maybe before Todd is done, he can take you on show you some of the beautiful statues and the art that's here. Yay! And the beautiful people. Look at all the beautiful people that have come out to support Todd and Morgan. And thank you both for asking me to participate in the first annual or maybe monthly, I don't know, Mandira gathering, whatever it's going to turn out to be. So something you should know about me. I live on this beautiful rock in the middle of the ocean, and I'm very grateful to be here every single day because every day on Kauai is the best day of my life. A couple years ago, I started playing ukulele. Here we go. I just started playing for fun. I'd never played a musical instrument before in my life, and it was like the right brain working of the sacred geometry that I'm so into. So I just started playing for fun and fell in love with it. And I've never played in front of people before. So we don't live in our comfort zones anymore, right, Todd?
That's right.
There's no more. And so part of my not living in my comfort zone is to play in front of thousands of people. Everybody out in Facebook land that's watching, the thousands, the millions, and my tribe here on Kauai, just for fun, just to play something and have fun. It's a song that you all know. All of you know this song very, very well. And so please, out there in my tribe, sing along. When you, especially during the chorus, just decide to help Amira out and sing along, and we'll all have a good time together. And if you're not a great singer, mouth the words. Or just sing, because we're not in our comfort zones anymore, and we're all friends here. Like, you're going to sing.
Yes, I am.
Morgan's going to sing.
No, she's not.
She's going to mouth the words beautifully. She's going to mouth the words beautifully. And Janice, thank you for videoing this to embarrass my children. And here we go.
Okay.
Todd's going to hold the microphone, so this is going to be really interesting to see.
It's going to be okay. I just want you to know I've been here an hour and 27 minutes. I'm still fucking nervous, all right? So.
Okay, let's see how that, bring it a little closer.
I got it.
You sure? You know what's up?
Here, yeah.
Here goes everything.
Destination
pray. Oh my God, do I pray. Pray every single day for a revolution. So I wake up in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I say, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. I say, hey, what's going on? Then I say, hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. I say, hey, what's going on? And I try. Oh my God, do I try? Try all the time. In this institution. And I pray. Oh my God, do I pray? I pray every single day for a revolution. I wake up in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I say, hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah, 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 yeah. What's going on? And I say, hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. I say, hey, what's going on? 25 years and my life is still trying to get up that great big hill of gold for a destination.
Whoa. What's that? You want another one? You want to do another one? So, wow. See, that's what it's all about. That's the first time she's ever done this in public, right? Amira. First time, right? So, I just want to recognize the Divine Feminine on 1,100 shows of Soul Speaks 5D. So many have stepped up and have, you know, pushed past the fear and come on for the first time and just express themselves. And it's way beyond the Soulogy community. It's felt through all the entire holy grid. And it's amazing and an honor to be part of that, to be part of that support system and see them stepping up because, you know, this is what the world needs. It needs to see that power and that energy and that force of the Divine Feminine, which is in all of us, but it's been suppressed, as we all know. I want to just take a couple of minutes here and tell a little story, you know, talking to Adrian and other people coming here to Kauai. It's been quite a trip. My life has been kind of a trip, especially the last 8 years. And I met a beautiful goddess online September the 3rd, 2015. And I was doing this crazy thing out of my downstairs in the place I was living and that I was renting. I was told to make a studio. I made a studio, and about 5 days after I did my first video, I met this incredible lady at 3:33 in the morning, and was having a fetal position, come to Jesus meeting with the universe, and I know you've all had those. And I said, I need her now, and we connected. The story goes on. She came over to see me in all my shadows, very profound representation of the sacred wisdom that many divine feminine are carrying, came with the patience and the love to help me rise as I am an expression or representation of the masculine energy. The story goes on. We had a divine union last summer, and then she had to go home because of visa purposes, and she had married a homeless hobo. And so she was in Australia, and I was trying to make something happen. I was told, go to Sedona. The universe said, this is all happening. Your vision is going to come to fruition. Go to Sedona. The crystals are going to amplify cosmically your broadcast, and things are going to all happen for you. And that went on for like 6 weeks, a lot of initiations. And then I was called here, October 28th of last year. And I came here, and I spent about 6 weeks with the mother and a lot of dragons. They were all feminine. They taught me a lot. Then my wife came, and we had a week in the room that I was renting, and then we were on our own. And being a homeless hobo who had no car, no nothing, tells you how much faith she had. And so we started this journey. Neither one of us gets sick, and hadn't gotten sick in years. We both got sick. She went 2 weeks. I went about 3 weeks. And we went through all these initiations, and it was intense. But it was a beautiful intensity. It was a beautiful pain. It was a beautiful transformation. And we got to the end of it, and we got displaced. I had $300, and we went up to Princeville, and I had gotten a message from a lady here on the island who said, I've been following you, and let's get together. And I said, hey, we're homeless. Do you know anywhere we can go? And so for something we could afford for a couple of nights, our dear friend Linda and Will live on a property, and there was a cottage there that was reserved for the friends and the family of the owner, and she was able to work something out for us. And so we stayed there for a few days, and I tried to recuperate, and something magical started happening. We befriended them and their incredible cat, their Lyrian, who is a sentient being and a soul named Bo. And we were about to leave. We left for a couple days. We went down to, I think it's called Kauai Shores, and stayed a couple of nights. And didn't have any money. Morgan looked at me and said, I don't know if I can do this anymore. Let's regroup later. And I said, okay. And then our friends said, hey, we're leaving the country for 12 days. We think you're good people, and will you come watch our house and our cat? So that was the beginning of something where the island started to tell us that she wanted us here. She gifted us a car. A lot of other abundance came in, non-monetary and monetary, doesn't matter. Still just enough to get by. And while we were at their house, we had some incredible things happen. A portal appeared above the house one night, like a big doorway. We took about 30 pictures of it, put it on Facebook. It was no BS. It was the real deal. Many incredible dimensional things have happened to us on this island. And I'm very thankful. We're both very thankful for friends like Linda and Will. We ended up having a few more stops, and then we ended up at the country kitchen having some avocado toast and one egg split between us, not knowing what we're going to do on February the 4th. And we saw an ad on Facebook, and we ended up on an organic farm just about a mile away, and we found a home for the first time, thanks to people like Will and Linda, and all along both our paths. Shortly thereafter, we met an incredible lady, Jennifer Victoria Bell, over at Country Kitchen, and because Morgan is the producer of Soul Speaks 5D. She creates the energy and the symmetry of the shows, because if you watch the shows, it's like buying an album back in the 60s or 70s. There's a flow to it. So there's like this natural nature of real-time intel that comes in. So she said, you're interviewing this lady, and I'm like, hey, that's cool. I sent her a text, and she was like, hey, I live like a mile away from you. So we met at the Country Kitchen and met a beautiful lady, Jennifer Victoria Bell, who had her own story. And so I'm going to ask her if she would like to come up here, and anyone else that would like to come up here. We've got another 20 minutes. If you would like to talk at all, tell people, what your experience has been. Whatever you want to talk about. If you want to play Amira's ukulele, that's fine too. What I found out, or what we found out when we, let me just say, I just saw my friend Milana Fiore. When I got to the island, I was come on over here. Yeah, this is Jennifer Victoria Bell. So when I got to the island, I was actually at JFK. I had enough money to get a one-way ticket. I called my beloved, who I was trying to convince that I had this shift figured out. I don't know, I can't give you any proof, but I know everything's okay. And I said, I'm going to Kauai. And she said, what? And I said, I'm going to Kauai. I've been told to go to Kauai. She said, whatever you do it right away. Do it. Just do it. So I did. So I was about to fly out. I was in JFK, and a lady by the name of Milana Fiore, who has been here for, I think, 36 years, who's a real auntie on the island, she contacted me. I looked at her, because I get a lot of messages, and she had 100 Facebook friends, one common friend, and she said, I've got a room for 6 weeks with its own bathroom and entrance. If you can, it's available for you. And so I just want to recognize her. I stayed there 6 weeks. Morgan and I stayed there a week. She's a dear friend now. She was called after 36 years to go to Colorado, and it took a lot for her to do that. She's doing what many people are doing, listening to their higher self. And I just wanted to recognize her too, because she's a big part of the reason why we were able to stay here and make a life. So this is Jennifer Victoria Bell, and we met at the Country Kitchen. So I don't know what you want to talk about, but the one thing that kind of strikes me is when we met you, Morgan and I, you had a story about the island, and in particular, the part I really liked was the part where you went on the hike and kept falling down. But
want to tell that story?
Whatever you want to talk about.
Well, first, I just want to say thank you, because I adore Todd and Morgan and everyone here, really, even if I don't know all of you yet. But this is really my home. I didn't know this was going to be my home. I had no idea at all. I came here to assist a retreat, and at the end of the retreat, I went hiking to the center of the island, to not all the way back to Mount Waialeale, but to the Triple Waterfalls. And when I was on that hike, I have a very good sense of balance. I kept falling, and I don't usually fall, and I was slipping and falling off of the trail, and it was raining, and the water was really rising, and so I was with another friend. So we had a hiking guide, and I have to tell you, the night before that, the three of us made a pact that we set an intention. We wanted to see a spirit in human form. So then we go on this hike, and it's raining, and it's slippery, and I'm falling all over the place. And we get to a certain point, and the guide says we have to turn back. So we turn back. My friend is really pissed. We're not friends anymore, by the way. And I keep falling, and I'm falling down off the trail into the water and the rocks. And the last time I fell, I just said, okay, I'm going to die here. That's it. I was trying not to die. I was trying not to die because I didn't want them to have to deal with my body. I mean, that was the thought, really. For me, it was like, I don't want them to have to go through that. But I'm going to die here. I know it. So I just let go. And I fall in the water, rocks below, and nothing happens. And I should have hit like my head on a rock. It should have happened. But anyway, I climb back on the trail, and I feel Pele. And Pele had been with me the whole trip. And, you know, she's associated with the Big Island, but I have a connection with Pele because my energy's like a volcano, and I have a whole bunch of dragon stuff, too, I could talk about. But so we get to, I feel Pele, and she said, "You've cursed your fire." And she called me sister. And she said, "You can't do it anymore. You're going to die." And she said, "This is your home. You have to be here. You can't live in New Jersey anymore. You can't be in the relationship you're in anymore. You're done, or you're going to die." So that happened. And we get to the dam, and I'm like, just like kissing the ground. I made it back. And a woman runs up, her feet aren't touching the ground, literally, with a dog. And the dog is looking through us. The dog doesn't, it's not like a regular dog. And she looks at my former friend and says, "Did you get to the center of the island?" And my friend didn't answer her. My friend thought in her head, "Don't ask me, ask Larry, the hiking guide." And she asked Larry, and Larry says to her, "No, we had to turn around because the water rose too high." And she looked at us and seared into us and said, "Right decision," and turned around and started running again, no feet touching the trail, really. Dog, like, it was just bizarre. Like, the dog looked through you and then disappeared. I saw her disappear, and I was shaking. And then months later, when the Big Island volcano was erupting, in the newspaper, they said Pele always shows up with a dog. And I start crying, head to toe, chills, crying. And I knew it just was my validation that this is my place, this is my home, this is where I had to be. I had to be on the island of life and death, because this is what it is. And even today, just so you know, today someone did die on the island in a motorcycle crash in Kapaa. And I was there, and the person who died, I don't know who it was a young person, but the mother ended up standing right next to my car and having a breakdown. There were people with her, but I did everything I could with all the angelic support and all the dragon support. So if anyone feels called to send a little bit of light to the Kapaa area of Kapaa, that would be great, because it still needs a little bit of support, because that was pretty sobering. So I don't want to sober the mood here, because this is a celebration of Soulogy and Todd and Morgan and this beautiful island and all these beautiful people who are here. So that's my story. That's how I'm here. And so that was February 2018. I left the island. I was moved here by April 29th. That was it. I was done. Yeah, from New Jersey.
Can you tell? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Amir, for coming up. Thank you, Adrian. Thank you. Is it Shelby? Shelby. Thank you, Shelby. Hadn't met you yet. Anybody else want to come up and give a little testimony? This ain't like the old Southern Baptist stuff either. Oh, Shelby's coming. Shelby's part of this with Adrian. I didn't know that, and I apologize for that. Here you go.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. So I just wanted to tell the story of kind of how I met Adrian and how I came here to Mandira, because I heard you saying the story about how you met your beloved, and my eyes were really wide. I was like, oh my God, it's very similar to kind of how I met Adrian. So I live in Park City, Utah, and I actually lived on the island of Kauai in 1999 and had not been back in 12 years. And I came back just this last November and did a Kundalini yoga retreat. And that's where I met Adrian. And Adrian was our guide on the retreat. And I hadn't been back in 12 years, and I kind of was, it was a very spiritual, emotional time for me, because Kauai, when I was here before, was the first place that I kind of had my awakening. and took me on this really long journey to where I am today. So I hadn't been back in 12 years, and it was really emotional. Came here, did the retreat, met Adrian. It was magical, and kind of thought I'd closed the chapter. I was like, okay, I'm done with Kauai. I can feel good about that now. So I went back home to Park City, Utah, and there was like a piece of Kauai that stayed with me. There was a piece of something about Adrian that stayed with me, and in my meditations, and I do energy healing and intuitive work, and when I would get into sort of spaces where I needed some extra support or I was scared, I would call upon Adrian's energy. I called him like warrior of light. So I would call upon this like energy of him, and he was around me a lot. So we kind of started texting back and forth, and he asked me to come out here when he opened Mandira, and he said that he saw me here. He kind of saw and felt me here from when the first day he opened. And I didn't really think he was serious, so I kind of just put it aside and didn't come out. And then he called me on Easter Sunday, and I heard his voice. And when I heard his voice asking me to come out here and saying that he kind of felt me in his heart, I was in my car and I broke down and started crying, just hearing his voice. So there's something about a vibration or a frequency in his voice. The divine was telling me, yes, go. And I booked my ticket that night. So I booked my ticket that night, and I showed up here not really knowing what to expect. And I'll preface with this saying that when I was asking spirit and guidance and my counsel that I ask about whether I should do things or not do things, the spirit kept saying, Ohana, Ohana. And the second that I walked into Mandira, I felt Ohana so strongly, like I've never felt it before. And I knew exactly why I had come here. So it has been epic. It's been, I arrived on April 29th, and it has been the most epic similar adventure since then. And it's been the roller coaster of experiences and emotions and things that couples go through that have been together for 20 years, that test a relationship. Adrian and I have been through them in 4 weeks. And just even the other day, it was I was telling Adrian, because things can feel really heavy right now, and we have to find ways to stay light and be light. And we're seeing each other in the raw and at our most vulnerable moments and our most stressful moments. And there was some divine guidance that came in, and I just said, wow, Adrian, like, this isn't just about you and I, this is more than just us, because we have some real support, seen and unseen, trying to keep us together here. So with that said, I'm so grateful to be here, thank you, and this is totally out of my comfort zone because I'm super nervous. So thank you. Yeah, and I'll be doing the retreats with Adrian too, so come out.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Wow. So that's wow. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Wow. So everything seemed, we're coming out of this paradigm where everything was choreographed and the spit and polish, and you structure it and you frame it up, and so I had a little bit of that tonight. I thought I was going to come over here and raise a little hell and show the world how only the light knows how to raise hell through conscious, lyrics and that type of thing, with some up-tempo music and so on. But I think we've got 6 minutes, and I love what Shelby had to say. I love that. I understand that spirit. I'm starting to understand. I'm involved in a divine conscious union. I'm starting to understand that there's something happening on this planet that is the base component of that sacred geometry, is this balance of two people coming together regardless of gender. Let me just say that. And it's the power of love. It's real love. It's the real thing. So for the last thing I'm going to do here, it's something that I came up with one night when I was, one of the many nights, and I know y'all can relate to this, where I had to let my beloved go, even though she was within 10 feet of me, right? So I'm sitting there in pain, thinking, oh my God, WTF, you're doing this to me again, what's happening? She doesn't love me, you know, all the stuff the human goes through. And I just connected to the words, and then I went and found this music, and I don't know who it is, and I don't know who it is. But anyway, so this is how I'm going to end it. And the reason I'm going to end it this way is because what Shelby just displayed, Victoria, Amira, you know, popping, I won't say that, Amira breaking the ice, and, you know, this is love. Love is beyond the point of embarrassment. You know, it's just real. And real doesn't always feel fluffy, love, and light. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's, you know, the Kali energy, the mother darkness, the holy darkness. But anyway, this is a soul speak I wrote in that moment. And the reason I'm going to do it is because it's the best explanation to me of the vibration that we're all coming to, whether it's within your own essence or shared with somebody else or other people. This one's called Run Free. I like to think of it as an ascension love song. Where can I take you that you haven't been before? Million years, million lives, my love I can't ignore. Life's empty with no chance to find you again and again and again. I climbed the hottest hells, I broke the witch's most wicked spells, till I crowned the wisdom well. A heart can never fail. Traveled all the golden hells. So I'll keep looking through the mirrors of my reflections for the infinitesimal eyes, the universal epic rhymes. The sun could not even shield mine eyes from my own glory's holy whole. Hallelujah. Whispers of the woman, echoes of her mysteries, running through my veins, myriad memories. Finding, falling, coming if I'm crawling. 'Cause nothing stops a love run free. Nothing stops a love run free. Not spirit scientific, prophet most prolific, waiting has no place in eternity. Hurrying could never keep a pace with me, expanding as far a love could ever be. Soul sustenance, feeding future memories, holding hands, conceive, believe, receive. Sometimes you gotta give up the pain to find the revelations of a love awaiting. Failures are a warrior's path, divinity. Never stop believing, it's where you find discovery. Uncovering little shadow bits, all about what you admit, chose to be a human being. Nothing we can leave, but a gift to know is to receive, bringing down divinity, birthing highest human epiphany, indescripted, resurrected, higher self-inflected, creation's progenetic perpetual proclivity, multi-dimensionality, hyper relove solutionary, soul to soul, heart to heart, below is what is to above. Merry moon, sun, stars, and spaceships fill the borders of my mind. Find the jewel you are inside. Balance, femininity, and masculinity blow my universal mind. Feel my fingers on your faithful face. Hear the hollow of my fallen fears. Soul to soul, skin to skin, finding grace. Glory is near and I hold you dearest. I'm loving with all I got, and you're the nearest, surest, purest. Kiss malnourished lips of soul till seas fall to the sky. Let the cup runneth over. Watch me run beside you in this golden path of destiny. I'm holding you tight in this spaceless flight. I got you in all my miracles. I got you in all my might. Every day, every night. Lost the world to find myself again. Journey of the endless end. So tell me, where can I take you that you haven't been before? 1,000,000 years, 1,000,000 lives. My love I can't ignore. Life's empty with no chance to find you again and again and again. I climbed the hottest hells and I broke the witch's most wicked spells till I crowned the wisdom well. A heart will never fail. I traveled all the golden hells. So I'll keep looking through the mirrors of my reflections for the infinitesimal eyes, the universal epic rhymes. The sun could not even shield mine eyes from my glory's holy whole hallelujah. Whispers of the woman, echoes of her mysteries, running through my veins, myriad mind memories. Finding, falling, I'm coming if I'm fucking crawling. Nothing stops a love running free. Nothing stops a love run free. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Adrian, Shelby, and everybody for coming in, and thank you, everybody, for joining us. I don't know if we'll be doing this again. I have a feeling we might, and I'm not attached. But peace, power, protection, and big-ass love to everybody out there from SoulogyOne. Peace out at Mandira.